Welcome everyone. This is the first session for Unix beginners, and these are the topics I am going to discuss today. After you installed Ubuntu or any freeware OS software, you can actually start learning Unix. So these are the topics which I am going to cover. Uh, as you can see, I have listed here the whoami command, echo command, what is pwd command, what are the environment variables, echo commands using the environment variables, host name, and so on, list command, how to create a directory or a file, and then how do you do some basic operations like cd, copy, remove, and move. These operations can be done using, and these are very frequently used commands which you should know. Okay, so once you have installed the OS, you can see you can run the pwd command, which is a present working directory command, and which will tell you which path you are present right now. Okay, so like here you can see the path slash home slash pine slash capital pine YT and then Unix for beginners. Of this is the path of my current working directory, or this is the in the Windows term you can say that Unix for beginner is a name of the folder. So it's nothing but it's a directory. We call it directory in Unix. So this is the path of our where I am working or where we are going to do our demo. Okay. Uh, One can shuffle the path by the cd command. So cd means change directory. It means change directory. So change directory can actually let you or allow you to run to change the directory from one directory to another. Just keep in mind that Unix is a command line operating system, means you should always use the commands to perform any task in Unix. So for example, if I run ls command, so the ls command would be the list command, which will tell you whatever is present inside this Unix for beginners directory. So I can see there is only one entity which is called readme. It can be a file, it can be a directory, you never know, but there is something one which is available. So if I open this readme, this is the readme I'm talking about, where I have listed out down the topics. So I will go one by one, and then you will hopefully will understand it better. So the very first command is once you logged into the Unix system, okay, and you open a terminal. You can open the terminal by right clicking on the mouse on the desktop and just say open terminal. Once the terminal is open, you run pwd. Pwd will give you the path of your current working directory. Now, the very first command you should know is called whoami. So whoami commands tell you the name of the user. Okay, and ideally in Unix, more than one user can log in and work in parallel. So that's why whoami will always show the username of that particular user who has been logged into the system, but there may be more than one user at any given point. But this is the local machine of mine only, so I will not have other users, just one user pine is present. Okay. To check, you should run who command. Who command will list you all the users who are logged into your Unix machine. Okay. So this is who am I. Now let's move to the next topic, which is called echo. So the echo command is in Unix is nothing but it's used to print something. So I am doing echo pine, for example, and you can see I can print just pine on the shell on the terminal. Okay, this is how you can check. Okay, so now if I run echo, if I have to print more than one word, hi there, so you if you if there's a space in between, so you can use that as well and just enclose the entire string in double quotes like this. And if you run again, you will see that you can print hi there as well. So the echo is essential to do any printing. Now, if you look at the uh, point number two, which I have just explained you, third is the what is PWD and all the dollar, what is dollar PWD. So I will talk about that. So the PWD is present working directory. It will always give you the path where you are present right now, as you can see. So for example, if I go one level back, let's say I want to go to home pine, capital pine and YT, this path. So basically, I can move back to one level from here as well, go one level back, right, up to this YT. So that can be done by cd command called change directory, and then you have to use double dots, two dots. So two dots would let you go one level back. You can also see the path is changed now to YT. So PWD, if you run again, you can see that the path has been now moved to one level back. So if I run the ls command here, list command, you can now see I am only seeing this directory because I have just come out of this directory, hence I can see this directory now. So go, if you want to go back to this directory again, you have to run the cd command and you have to give the directory name again. So here we'll give Unix for beginners directory just like this. You can type it or you can copy paste, or sometimes you can use some initial characters like UN and then hit a tab. It will fill the name of the directory and hit enter. So now this is the way we come back to our original directory. If you run ls, which is list command again, you will see that it is also again showing the readme. Now what are the environment variables? As you can see, the next topic. So the next topic is what are the environment variable and what is $pwd. So the $pwd is same as this pwd command, but this time I am using echo $pwd. $pwd means I am trying to access a variable value, and the variable name is pwd, and the accessing the variable value we use a dollar in the front of the name of the variable. So I'll give you an example for before I start. So what we can do, let's set a variable. So I will write a variable. So I will say variable var and I give its value to 1 like this. It's a bash shell. So this is the method of setting a variable in bash. So if I want to check the value of the var, so I have to do echo $var. Output would be 1. Similarly, there are some system reserved variable. For example, dollar dollar is to access, as I explained. Then I give pwd here, which is same as this pwd, but this pwd is a reserved variable which will show you the path of the current working directory. It is same as this pwd command. The small pwd is a Unix command, but capital pwd, $pwd I am doing with echo is a accessing the Unix environment variable. So this is a variable which is always by default defined by the system. So in both the ways you can actually access the current working directory path. Okay. Similarly, you can do echo $capital user to know the name of the user. So it is fine. It is same as I have done in the previous topic, which is who am I. Who am I will also give you the same result. Similarly, if you want to know the name of the machine, you can do echo capital host name. So the name of the machine is Pine. So if you want to know the name of the machine, you can do echo host name. Okay, so these are some basic examples of the Unix environment variable. Let me check the topics, next topic now. Okay, so the next topic is echo path. Okay, so let's check what is echo path. So if I run echo capital path, so you can see that the path is shown as some list of some different paths. For example, here there's one path, home pine pearl 5 bin, then it is separated by a colon. Then another path is home pine dot local bin, and so on. So these paths basically they play a very vital role when you are trying to execute a command of Unix. For example, if I let's say if I am running some Unix command, for example ls, okay. So the ls is the list command, right? But it is nothing but this ls command is also one of the executable. And if you run the which command and they give the name of the command itself, which, and then name of the command ls, it will show you that this executable ls is coming from user bin path, and this user bin path is one of the path as you can see here listed. So the bottom line is, when you have lots of path defined in echo dollar path, so so these commands, for example ls, is directly picked from these path, means the search will be done in all the paths, and wherever this executable is present it will be used from that path. This is the concept of echo dollar path. I hope it is clear. If not, please ask, we can explain it further. By the way, any Unix command, if you want to check the help of any Unix command, you can do it with the manual. Short form is man. So if you run man and then if you give name of the command itself, it will give you the uh, entire options and help for your command. If you want to learn little bit, or if you want to get some idea, you can do it. Now if I run a small q, you can quit from this man button. So this is the man commands. Okay, now let me clear the screen by the clear command. Clear command does the cleaning of the screen. Now let's check the next topic here. So the next topic would be, I have already explained you what is the ls command, which is a listing command, and if you don't understand you can always ask me. So the next topic I am going to cover today is how to create a file. So what first topic is, whenever you are new to Unix, you have to learn how to create a file, right? So list command, as you can see, it is showing you this readme. It is a file, but how did I create this file? So you can do it by the first, you can run a touch command and just give the name of the file, any file you want to give, like touch F1. And if you run ls command again, listing command, you see that the new file F1 has been created, the first one, right? So there is a long listing. If you run ls minus small l, you can know the detail of these two files. So you can see this F1 is the first file and this readme is the second file, and these are some permissions. There's a video of permissions which I created few weeks back. You can look at it my channel. There is a video on that detailing the permissions and other details of ls command. But coming back to the main topic here, so I have just created a file F1 by touch command. How can I create a file by another method? So you can run a editor like gvim or gedit, and then you give another file name, let's say F2, and if you run enter, you can also create a file by editor. Here you need to learn this editor before you really start using it, but I just hit a I button to be able to write something. Here I can write pine, and I do escape, first escape button, and then colon escape, and then colon W Q and enter. So this is way how I can save my output. But if you are new to editors, you can use gedit, which is a more window friendly editor. So like gedit F3. So here you can simply write like hello and just do control S to save it, and you can close it also, right? So this is how you can also use another editors. Okay, so anyway, so we have been able to create F1, F2, F3, and readme was already created, right? So this is the concept of files and how to create a file. Now how do you create a directory? To create a directory, which is another topic, if you look at our list down here, I am going to talk about how to create a directory. And to create a directory, you have to use mkdir command. Okay, so we run mkdir and let's say create the first directory called dir and hit enter. And if you run the long list or ls command again, ls or ls minus l, you can see there's a dir which is in blue color has been now created. This is a directory. So if you run the ls minus l command again, the long listing command, interestingly, you will see that the directory always start with small d. This is another topic I have already explained in the permissions YouTube video, but you should understand the directory they start with small d, and if it is just the file, they will not start with any d because the first entry would be empty that shows it's a file. Now you can go inside the directory by the cd command I explained the before. Change directory, go cd dir, enter. So you can now see the with the pwd command that you have entered inside the dir directory. How to come back? I told you cd dot dot. So if you do cd dot dot one time, then and if you hit enter, you can go one level back. If you want to go, let's say two level back, not just one but two. So you have to do cd dot dot and then slash another dot dot like that. So if you do that, so this time you can see I have gone back two levels back. So you can see I am at home pine, capital Pine now. Like I have jumped from Unix for beginner and YT. I have jumped from here directly to Pine directory, right? And there is a dash command which can again go back to the previous directory path. So if I run the dash, I can go back to the previous path where I started doing the cd. That's how you can flip from one location to another. Okay, so hope mkdir is clear, right? Now let me see the next topic, which is CD. I told you already, which is covered now. Now the CP, RM, and MV command. So for example, if you want to do a copy of any file, so let's say if I want to copy this file called F2, so you run the CP command and give the file name F2 and give the new file, let's say new. So this way you can copy the file also. So if I run the long list again, this LL is the short form of my long list. But if you check the copy, now you see that the file new has been created. And the content of the new will be same as content of F2. How to check the content? I told you in the my cat video. So you run cat command and you run the new, the name of the file. And you can see the content or whatever the entry is written inside the file is this shown here. Okay. So this is how to create a how to copy a file. And how do you remove the file? You can remove the file by rm command and just give the name of the file afterwards. You can give multiple files also in one command. Hit enter, and if you run the ls long list ls minus l again, you will see that the file new has been now removed. There are mechanisms to backup the remove file or directory, but that's a separate topic. Okay, so this has been now removed. So you this is how you can do. So now next topic is and by the way, if you try to remove the directory by rm command, it will not work. Okay, I'll show you why. So if you only run rm and you run the directory called dir, it will not run because rm command is mainly for files, not for directories. So you have to run rm and then you have to give a special switch called -r, which is the recursive switch of removal. And then if you run the rm -r dir, it will now also remove the directory. So directory can be removed by adding a recursive switch of rm. Okay, so let's create the directory again by mkdir dir. Now that I have again created the directory. So last topic is move. Move means renaming of a file. For example, if I want to rename f1 to f11, so you can do mv f1 to f11, enter, long list again, and you will see the f1 has been now moved or renamed to f11. How do you move directory? The same way you do mv dir and dir1 or 11, whatever. So now you can see the directory has been also renamed to dir11. So guys, these topics are the very basic topics of Unix, which everyone or every beginner must know already before you can start your journey in scripting or automation or in Unix itself. So keep learning. If you have questions, please ask me on the comment section, and I encourage if you watch the entire video and try to also exercise or revise these commands by yourself. Thanks. Bye.